Hello, I'm Andy and I'm going to read to you Lord Buddha's Tarot Animal Signs Predictions, and this is for the month of July and it's for you coming from the pig family. Excuse the background sound, it's raining very heavily outside. It's a welcome rain, it was a very hot day. Now I'm going to shuffle my tarot cards first, and the first card that I'm going to pull is going to be for the first 15 days of July. Alright, so let's start with the first 15 days of July for you, coming from the pig family for the month of July. Alright, the first 15 days in the area of romance. Let's take romance first. In the area of romance, it says that you have many difficulties, and one of the difficulties is that anything to do with love and romance cannot be trusted. Also, be careful that it weakens very quickly in the first 15 days. And when it weakens like this, you have to be cautious that all the problems that you may have in your romance area will surface. If you have a new romance coming to you in the first 15 days, be very careful that it will come with plenty of complications. It will come with plenty of nuisance. It will come with plenty of let me put it this way, the new partner that you get might be very stubborn and dominating, and the new partner that you get may also have secrets which can be slowly exposed as you know the partner better. So don't give your heart very quickly away to a new possibility of romance in the first 15 days of July. Think about it carefully, do some research. If you already have a romance, then you have to really worry that this romance can produce a difficulty until breaking point. There is a possibility of a separation. And if you want to keep this romance, you cannot afford to be argumentative or to show your temper. These are the two issues. Alright? Regarding your marriage area, the marriage area can also suffer quite badly. It's better that you allow your marriage partner to take the lead and to say and do as he or she wants, because if you don't, there's going to be a lot of retaliation. So don't be stubborn, that's number one. Number two, be careful that all the plans you make for holidays and travel plans, they can have problems too. The problems can be that you might be too pushy, wanting it your way. So don't do that. And when you don't do that, then the atmosphere, the heat lessens a lot. So you have to tell yourself that your romance partner cannot be pushed around. Okay. Let me talk to you about your marriage area. Your marriage area can produce a lot of difficulties, as I said, in the areas of emotions, areas of trouble like that. And if you're not careful, the marriage itself can be reduced to a position of not talking. So emotionally, mentally, physically, there can be an isolation. So it's you who is listening to me. So it's better for you to act in a way to allow your marriage partner to take the lead and say what he or she wants. Just listen calmly. Don't add fuel to the fire by retaliating. So it's a very difficult first 15 days for you in the areas of romance and marriage. And you have to definitely not show your temper and not be rebellious as well. The general family area is not good. This card shows many complications and many different opinions, and definitely with your parents or with your siblings or with your relatives, you don't want to allow them to interfere in the area of your romance or marriage, otherwise they'll just add more problems. I'm going to talk to you about your job and career for the first 15 days, which also shows plenty of difficulties. Difficulties in the sense that you might be forced to make a change while you are in the same company. And when you do that, you may have a new boss or a new team to work with and you're very unhappy. Or you may just have superiors who are very unhappy with you. So the danger of being reduced to a very bad situation in your job or even losing your job is very possible in the first 15 days. There is enough signals here that says you can be isolated, which I will think to mean as being left out of a job. Alright? So what do you have to do? You again cannot afford to show your temper, and be careful a past mistake that you have made is now coming back to attack you as well. So you have to prepare that the first 15 days you have to soften your approach. Make sure your colleagues can support you. Make sure your bosses won't go against you. If you are in business, be ready to get bad news. Bad news comes in many ways in business. There can be losses, there can be a loss of a business line, there can be difficulties with a government department, there can be legal problems. All this can happen. And if you are dealing with a foreign company, and if you are dealing with foreign people, you have to tell yourself that that's also not very steady. So think about all these things quickly and position yourself. You cannot afford to be arrogant, and you cannot afford to want to be the leader in the first 15 days, because the finger of blame and the attacks will come against you, and the competition will rise very fast. Okay? Now, regarding your general finances, they are not very steady. There are so many things the financial situation has to be used for, not leaving you with much to enjoy for the month of July. And so your responsibilities can overcome you, and so you will be very unhappy. Well, prepare yourself for a month of struggle in areas of career, business, finances, and also in areas of romance and marriage. It doesn't mean that you're going to be attacked in every single area, all right? But identify which area is the weakest and try to mend that area as soon as possible. All right. Now, about health, I'll talk to you later about your health, okay? Later on in the program, I'm going to give you your good dates in July, your good colors in July, your good directions in July, so that you can be improving your position. But for the time being, I want to pick up another card, and this second card is going to use to predict your last 15 days of July. And your last 15 days of July for you coming from the pig family. Yeah, from the pig family. So what do they say? This is also not a good card. So your last 15 days for you coming from the pig family also show that while you may get a promotion, that very promotion is going to disturb you. But let me first start in your area of romance. Now, it says that your popularity is strong in the romance area, so you could attract a romance. But when you do, that romance will have many secret issues, and of course you will overlook them. You won't try to find out because you're attracted to that romance. But don't be like that, because what's going to happen is that if you get involved with that romance, later on you're going to be very distraught regarding all the secrets and the stuff and the addictive bad habits that this person may have. And also the other issue is that this person is going to be a very dominating and stubborn person, and at the same time a very moody person as well. And so you're going to inherit a romance which comes with plenty of difficulties. You'd better take your time about it and study it carefully. Do some research on this person. Don't give your heart away too quickly. If you have an ongoing romance, then you have to tell yourself that this ongoing romance is going to suffer very serious emotional issues against you. Now, if you are creating it, then you could be over moody, over sensitive, very stubborn, very dominating, and any of your secrets or past history may be revealed, making your romance partner very unhappy. Okay? If you're coming from the romance partner, and if you value the romance and don't want to break it up, then you have to be very understanding, take the soft approach very definitely to save it. Now, I want to talk to you about your marriage situation. And your marriage situation, the card says, is for the first 15 days you are going to have problems in your marriage. Emotional problems firstly, and this will be followed by financial issues, and this will be followed by anger, and this will be followed for past problems arising, some of them even secretive that are arising. Now all these problems could be coming from your marriage partner's side. And if you value your marriage, you will then try to overlook it or keep quiet and not add fuel to the fire to make it even worse. If it comes from your side, well, you have time to prepare. You have time to prepare. And so tell yourself you're going to clear the table of all this mess, so that when this problem does erupt, there will be not much evidence, or there will be not much issues to bother your marriage so badly in the last 15 days of July. All right? And regarding family areas, there isn't much peace of mind in your last 15 days. You cannot afford to be arrogant. You cannot afford to show your temper. You cannot afford to be rebellious. And so you need to appreciate your family members, and that includes also your siblings and also your parents. Otherwise, the entire family area is going to be not very happy place for you in the last 15 days of July. I'm going to talk to you about your career and your job. Your career and your job situation now worsens. Worsens in the sense that your name, your reputation lowers, the demand for you lowers. And so instead of getting a promotion, you might be sidelined, and you will find that your authority, your status, no recognition comes, and you become very unhappy in your area of job in the last 15 days of July. So you have to just accept this in a way that rather than force yourself to be put in the limelight, avoid the limelight. And this way you will not be in the way of bullets. Let me put it that way. Okay. Now, if you have a business, you are going to suffer a danger of losses, in the sense that what you were expecting to get in terms of contracts will be finally denied to you, or you will find that disappointment will come very strongly. And if you have dealings with anybody who is a foreigner, or if with a business with a company that's a foreign company, or people from another race, be very careful. They can let you down very badly. And you coming from the pig family, the thing is, you can attract some business. That's my worry. And when you attract this business, you are going to grab it, because everybody grabs new businesses that come their way. But I'm going to advise you not to do that, or at least to try and take your time before you want to grab it, to go and find out about it. Because there are also possibilities that underlying secretive problems will emerge if you get something new. Okay? Now, your general finances are not very good, so you cannot be planning to invest or for long-term issues, because that will require funds, and that may be the reason why your last 15 days have left you with nothing. So take your time, don't be too adventurous, put your shoulder to the wheel, and you'll just have to day by day sort these problems out. Okay? Alright, now I'm going to talk to you about health a bit later. What I'm going to do now is look at both of these cards, but first I want to tell you that later on in the program I'm going to give you your good dates, your bad dates, no, not your bad dates, your good dates, your good colors, and your good directions. And I'm going to name I'm going to name the animal sign from where somebody could come in the month of July to give you a very hard time in any of your areas of life. Okay? Now, firstly, let me talk to you about colors. About health. Now, in the month of July, looking at these cards, my first worry is your stomach. And your stomach areas could have gastric problems, could have constipation problems, could have food poisoning problems. So be careful what you eat and where you eat and where you drink as well. So food and beverage and alcohol can create some problems, severe problems for you in the month of July. Secondly, if you are a woman, the area of the womb, the breast and the ovaries seems to be attacked very badly. That's the other one. Okay? So look into these two areas. That's what I can worry for you in the month of July. Now I'm going to give you what is next. I'm going to give you your good dates. And looking at this card, the dates I will choose would be the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd, and the 31st. Now on these dates, the days and nights are going to be very lucky for you. And so bookmark them. And whether it's going to be for you to use in the area of romance or marriage or family, whether it's for career, for business and jobs, I would tell you to project yourself on these dates, which are the 4, the 13, the 22nd, and the 31st. And you'll be very lucky and able to push ahead in some way or another, attracting good luck. Okay? Now, looking at this card, I'm going to talk to you about your colors. And the colors which I will choose for you from this card, they are going to be light blue. So, undergarments, top garments, contacting light blue with a handkerchief that's light blue. Get a light blue sheet of paper and put your palm on it, and you will absorb the color as well. So try to contact the light blue color in as many, very often as possible. It will produce plenty of luck for you. Okay? And then now I'm going to talk to you, coming from the pig family, about a certain animal sign which will produce a person who will be very difficult for you in the month of July. And I make this the person who comes from the rabbit family. So somebody born in the period of the rabbit family is going to give you trouble in the month of July. Whether it will be in the romance, in the marriage, in the career, in the job, in the business, in sport, in anything. So if you are having a romance or married to somebody from the rabbit family, or if your parents or siblings, any of them from the rabbit family, stay clear of them. Don't let them be involved in what you are saying or what you are doing. Okay? Don't retaliate with them. They'll come against you very badly. So watch out for that. Well, I'm already now Skyping, and it'll cost you USD 50 for a 90-minute Skype session. That will be based on your date of birth and your time of birth and your palms. And also, while I'm looking at you in Skype, I'm a face reader, and I'll read your face as well. And I'll use Kabbalistic cards if you want in your Skype session of 90 minutes. And I will talk to you and predict for you your next 5 or 6 years in all areas of your life, in your health area, your business, career, finance area, in your personal love, romance,